Hi everyone, my name is JT Pilot and today we'll be making another video. This time we're doing a 1/4 scale random report day for Key West International Airport. This is the 9th random report day and this is for the first half of June 2024 for the very unique airport of Key West International Airports. An airport that's been always fascinating to me as an aviation enthusiast just because of some very unique aircraft that airlines send over to Key West, including some United 747-700s or the Delta 747-700 they used to send here, or a trio of Airbus A319s, or a prop silver ATR 42. There's so much live unique aircraft that gets sent over to Key West International Airport for one simple reason. Key West has a very short runway. They have a 5,000-foot runway, so airlines have to send shorter aircraft to Key West. So this spurs into having a lot of unique routes, which we'll be discussing in today's video. So before we start off with the routes, I'm going to provide you some brief facts about Key West International Airport. So Key West International Airport serves the greater Key West region of the most southern point in the continental United States, or in the former Conch Republic. And Key West International Airport has several airlines, including Allegiant Airlines, American Eagle, Delta Airlines, Delta Connection, JetBlue, Silver Airways, and United Airlines and United Express, along with several other local regional airlines that operate smaller turboprop aircraft, like the Beechcrafts or Cessnas, those kind of aircraft. But I cannot represent those in today's airport day just because there's none of those in 1/4 scale. So maybe in the future somebody will make a little private aircraft. So yeah, those would be great to see. So yes, so overall, Key West Airport is a very unique airport in the United States, state of Florida. So nonetheless, we'll be starting off with our first aircraft in today's airport day, which is the Allegiant Airbus A319. So this Allegiant Airbus A319 has just pulled in from Asheville, North Carolina today, and we'll be making a return flight out there, or Allegiant Flight 1037. So all aircraft over at Key West do not park at a jet bridge gate. Instead, they all park on the apron over here, and they're serviced by stairs. So that's really cool to see. Something a little different to the random airport day. So no jet bridges exist at all at this airport, and all the aircraft kind of park sort of wherever. So yeah, so that's really cool, something different. And there's a terminal there in case you guys are wondering. So that's their main terminal there, and I believe they have customs in there as well. So yeah, so that's a little interruption there. So getting back to some aircraft now. So proceeding on to our next aircraft, we have an American Airbus A319-100. He's just arrived in from Dallas Fort Worth, and he's making a return flight out there, or American Flight 2613. So American does use the A319 on all their mainline flights, and mainly A319s with sharklets because those aircraft have enhanced performance. But I do not have an American A319 with sharklets in my collection, so I'll just be using the fin-step version, which they do occasionally send to Key West. And American also operates mainland A319 service to Dallas Fort Worth, Philadelphia, Charlotte, and seasonally to Chicago O'Hare. And proceeding on to our next American aircraft, here in American Eagle, and we're ERJ-175, operated by Envoy Air. He'll be heading out to Miami, Florida today as American Flight 3577, so a very short jet flight there. So I still don't get why we need that flight there, but yeah, while you can drive in a car 2 hours to Miami. So that's a very unique route there. I am sure they have that flight just for connecting passengers, as this makes most sense to me. So this American ERJ-175 will be heading out to Miami today. American also operates regional jet services to Charlotte, Chicago, Washington National, and seasonally to Boston. So that's a unique American Eagle flight there. Wish I could have represented that in today's video. In New York LaGuardia, presumably all these routes are used by E-170s and E-175s. So yeah, or operated by E-175s. Proceeding on to our next airline at Key West Day is Delta Airlines, and we'll be starting off with a Delta 747-700. Yes, I know these aircraft are retired, and these aircraft were retired in 2020, but I have this model in my collection. I really want to represent a flight that Delta used to operate to Key West in such a fitting aircraft, as Delta Airlines mainly operated Boeing 747-700s to Key West prior to the pandemic, just because of all their performance features. And Delta utilized their small fleet of 10 747-700s mainly to Key West or other smaller airports with short runways. So that's a really fun fact about them, and I really love the Delta 747. Such a great aircraft, and yes, unfortunately, a lot of these aircraft have been scrapped in real life or been converted for cargo use, but it's still great to represent this beautiful aircraft over at Key West. So, moving on from the past to the present, with the Delta was the A319. So now, after the pandemic, Delta Airlines started using A319s on their mainland Atlanta routes. So this Delta A319 will be heading out to Atlanta, Hartsfield, Jackson International Airport, or Delta Flight 2999. So, and that's also where the Delta 747 was going 4 years ago. So, Delta Airlines also operates some Delta connection services to Atlanta and New York LaGuardia as well. I believe those are on CRJ-700s. But since most of those flights are seasonal, I cannot represent them in today's video just because this video is being filmed on Sunday, June 2nd, 2024. And proceeding on to our next airline over at Key West, here we United 747-700. So, United Airlines does operate a variety of routes to Key West, including some mainland and regional flights to Newark, Chicago O'Hare, Houston, and Washington Dulles. The Newark flights are year-round, but all the other flights that United operates are on a seasonal basis. And today's airport date, they're only operating one of those flights, which is their Newark service. So this United 747-700 will be heading out to Newark today as United Flight 1513, and United only sends these 747-700s into Key West as of recent. And proceeding on to our final aircraft in today's airport day is the Florida Regional Airline of Silver Airways. So it's great to have a silver model in my collection. Hopefully Gemini Jets will do a silver ATR 72. That'd be really great to have. But but Silver Airlines does operate some ATR 42 services, albeit not as many services as they do with the ATR 72 to Key West. So this ATR 42 will be heading out to Orlando or Silver Flight 70. And that's it for today's short airport day. So really hope you guys enjoyed this airport day of this smaller Florida regional airport. It's really great to have a little something different to the Random Airport Day lineup. And not a lot of people on YouTube have done a realistic Key West model airport replica. So I really wanted just to do that in today's video. So hopefully you guys really enjoyed this 1/4 scale Random Airport Day. And yes, so I'm JT Pod, and I'd like to thank you all so much for watching this video, and have a wonderful day. Bye.